What is going on, guys? It's your boy icjosh, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this episode, then go and watch this episode. Pause this video and come back after you watch the episode, because we probably gonna spoil some shit. In this episode, basically, at the beginning of it, Goku's being confused as usual when somebody's basically explaining, something complicated, or well, not even really that complicated, but basically explaining what they've done, and Goku's kind of airheaded and like, what's going on? What? Basically, Black Zamasu goes back to the basic future, kills Gowatu in front of Zamasu, gives him his earring, his Kaioshin earring, and then basically tells him like, hey, I'm you, I have Goku's body, blah, blah, blah. Like, now let's go ahead and, start our, zero human plan and kill every human out there. So we do see that. And it's kind of just like, okay, I see how things were got. It's kind of weird because I feel like Toriyama kind of was just like, let me listen to what everybody else says, and whatever they say and whatever the mass amount of people say is what I'll go with. Because I think just about everybody had a prediction that Black was Zamasu, and then everybody had the prediction literally after that of the theory of basically, Zamasu got a hold of Goku's body somehow, maybe switched or whatever. We all figured that was basically the plan of what actually happened. Not a lot of people thought that it was Goten or, anybody else like that. Now, I will say for the fighting at the beginning of this episode, it's actually pretty decent, but it's so inconsistent. I have to say that this whole fighting is so inconsistent because at one point, Trunks, if anybody remembers when Trunks was dealing with Black and Zamasu by himself, does anybody remember that? Because I sure as hell do. I remember that he was in there whooping both of their asses, and while Goku and Vegeta was just laying down on the floor, kind of just like, well, shit, just let him handle this. And then he ends up getting beat, but I remember that. So I will say that the power level right now is very inconsistent because Black is supposed to be somewhat, a little bit stronger than Goku and Vegeta, like we do see. I don't believe that he's supposed to be too much stronger, but I do think that he is stronger than them. And then at some points we'll see, Black struggling against Trunks, and then at this point in time, we see that literally they were no match. Now I'm kind of wondering to myself, where is the Zenkai boost? Because apparently, Trunks got a Zenkai boost. Apparently, Goku should have had one, and Vegeta out of all of them should have had one because he got fucking impaled through the solar plex, so it's kind of just like, where's their power levels and where's the Zenkai boost? Because what's going on here? Why is Black apparently obliterating them right now? Now, we do see that later on in the episode, whenever basically Zamasu corners Goku while he's on the run, and he's kind of like, would you like to know what happened to your family? And then Black comes in, and other Black Zamasu comes in, and he's just like, yeah, let me tell him. So basically, I switched bodies with you, right? And you were, a little bit like, oh God, what's happening? What's going on? And I'm kind of just wondering to myself, how do you know that happened if you weren't there? But we're not going to get into that. And he goes in, comes to Earth, and he basically shows them that it's like, hey, I'm in your body. Chi-Chi and Goten are there, and they're kind of just like, what? Dad, she's like, Goku, what's going on here? And then basically what he does is kill Goku in front of Goten and Chi-Chi, and then literally right after killing him, he goes and kills both of them. So what this does was it basically enraged Goku. Goku got a rage boost, starts beating the dog shit out of Zamasu and Black. I mean, he was whooping ass on Zamasu and Black. Might I add that he was literally stabbed through the side from Black. So it's kind of just like he was injured, whooping their ass on a rage boost. Now here's when the inconsistencies start to really, really come in on this episode. We see that Goku is looking down at Black, while Black's just sitting there, and he gets pissed because he knows that Black is still alive. He knows that he's still alive. So he goes in to punch. Black actually, catches his punch, looks up at him, starts beating the shit out of him, and basically he's like, you know what? He's like, I love this Saiyan body. He's like, no matter how much I get beat, it just gets stronger. Basically implying that he got a Zenkai boost. Now here's where the shit gets kind of stupid, because to me, I'm thinking, if you know your Dragon Ball Z and all this, you know that a Zenkai boost only occurs after you've gotten beaten and you've healed. So where was the healing factor? And he didn't get beat bad enough to get a Zenkai boost right off the spot. So I don't understand why Zamasu were basically saying, oh, his power swelling, like basically implying that Black got a Zenkai boost right then and there. So it's kind of like, if he's getting a Zenkai boost right then and there, then Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, every time they get knocked back down, should be getting a Zenkai boost, and I don't see that happening. So that was kind of weird, and kind of like what the fuck is going on here? Because like there should be no Zenkai boost happening that quick and at all. Like, I mean, I can understand if he was getting excited for fighting and his power level rise because of he's in the Saiyan body, and Saiyans thrive on fighting, they love it. They do get stronger as they fight. And so I can understand that aspect, but it better not be no fucking Zenkai boost, because the way they said it was looking like it was going to be a Zenkai boost, and I'm not fucking with that whatsoever. Goku gets his shit pushed in really, really bad, which is implying for me, going back on the Zenkai boost, is like he better get a really good Zenkai boost there. Trunks gets he gets it too, and it's not pretty. And basically Vegeta is the only one kind of standing, and he looks like he's about to get his, until Trunks kind of loses it for a little bit. And this is when the spoilers start occurring, and I will only like put this in I guess you could say comparison to Goku versus Lord Slug whenever he had that false Super Saiyan state. This is exactly what this looks like. He has no pupils whatsoever, and he's enraged, and it looks like he has a bit of the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan aura, like inner and not outer. It's more inner, like around his body frame, and then it's his Super Saiyan aura that's around him. So I definitely will have to say that this is probably some kind of like false god state. I'll definitely say that. That's the only way I could kind of put that, and kind of sound like it is something, because it looks like Trunks has that power to get a Super Saiyan God like transformation, but he just doesn't know how to like control the ki and all that whatsoever. So I do believe that at some point in time, if he did train with Whis or something, like he would be able to learn how to control that ki and possibly become Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. I will say that right here now, because he does have the aura like inner around his Super Saiyan aura. So I did like that part. And if you were still watching, it was a spoiler alert, but it does kind of like end off there. But I will say that the episode was really, really, really good. I mean, I was watching it, even the Zenkai boost shit I was a little pissed about, but I was still watching it and enjoying this episode. So I definitely will give this episode a good 8 out of 10. But I will say for next week's preview that we do get, we are seeing like Beerus, we're seeing Whis, we're seeing a bunch of stuff that's still going on. We're still seeing Trunks in that state, and he's basically fighting Black and Zamasu, and it looks like I don't know if he's holding his own, but from the shots, it kind of looks like he's still losing. And I would understand that he's still losing, but I feel like he would need to be doing a little bit more. And then we do actually see at the end of this episode of the preview, we do get to see Master Roshi. And I will say that Master Roshi is kind of like that figure that, like, whenever they introduce him to do something, it's usually something major. He usually has a good like role. And I would say right now that for a lot of people, basically wanting, had their theory of like, since Zamasu is immortal, you can't kill him, so why not seal him? Myself and a lot of other YouTubers and a lot of you guys out there that commented whenever I asked you for your theories basically said that the only way you could probably get rid of Zamasu is if you seal him away. And I mean, obviously we're looking at Master Roshi, and he has a demon containment wave, so it's kind of weird on that one. And I think that's what they're implying on this. That's why they're showing him. So what I would probably say is I don't know how that's going to work unless they're going to say that kind of switch it up and be like, well, it's not not anybody that's a demon, but if they have demonic aura, then you could seal them away. So I could kind of see that Zamasu has a demonic aura now, that he's evil. I could kind of see that and see how they would go ahead and try to contain him, seal him away. So I can see that working, but at the same time, I feel like it was a little bit of a stretch there. and it was like a last minute thing that they kind of like put together and was like, let's just go ahead and seal him. Like we can't beat him, so let's seal. So I will say that it does look good. I am looking forward to seeing next week's episode, seeing how that kind of goes. If you guys enjoyed the video, smack a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this week's episode. What you thought of these whole inconsistent power levels, these instant Zenkai boosts apparently. Let me know what you think of those as well, guys. I'm out. Peace. Contest stuff. This is last chance. You guys actually made it really, really easy on me, so I don't have to actually go ahead and do all the whole random generating, someone to win.